It's finally time for us to talk about the Quest 3S. Now, I'm super excited to be able to talk to you about this because I've traveled all the way out to California to be able to come to Connect and try this headset for myself. Now, as you will have noticed, this is now available for pre-order as of right now. But before, of course, you jump into there and pre-order this, let me tell you a little bit about this from the pricing, my experience inside of the headset, and of course, what the specs are to this thing. So for pricing for this, you're going to be able to pick up a Quest 3S, 128GB for $299, or you can pick up the 256GB headset for $399. Well, there's also going to be some other changes happening as well. The Quest 3 now is going to go to a singular model, which is the 512GB version, taking that price up to $499. So as you can already see, this is going to be a massive savings for anyone on a budget gaming, or of course, if you're just looking for that upgrade from the Quest 2, then this is a little bit more viable for you. The other cool thing is this headset is going to also come with Batman Arkham Shadows, so you're going to be able to get this game for free when you pick up a brand new headset, and that goes for whether you go for a Quest 3 or a Quest 3S. Any of the models are included. You also are going to get MetaQuest Plus as well for a little while for 3 months for free. Honestly, that's pretty good because that means you don't have to buy a single game probably for the first 3 months that you own the headset. Technically, this headset is pretty much similar to a Quest 3 in the sense that its chipset is almost identical. The headset itself, the only real major differences are the fact that you don't have a depth sensor, but they've worked a way around that as well, and the fact that inside you now have the Fresnel lenses, which are identical to the Quest 2's lenses. So you don't have the pancake ones like the Quest 3, the upgraded version. You're now sort of staying with what you have in the Quest 2. Now, is that a negative? Is it a positive? We'll talk about that in just a minute. Now, also walking around the rest of the headset, on this Quest, you're going to notice the distinct design, which I think we've already seen by now, but of course you have the array of 6 cameras on the front. You have 2 RGB sensors that are going to allow you to have full stereoscopic pass-through in the same way that you do in the Quest 3. So full color pass-through, bringing you that mixed reality, which is freaking awesome. I'm super glad they've kept that. You have 4 VGA sensors, which is essentially just tracking your controllers and making sure they know where they are. You have 2 flood LEDs, which is essentially like infrared. They're going to be able to track things for more reliable hand tracking at nighttime, and of course your environment and lighting conditions won't matter quite as much. And on the bottom you have this new action button, which is going to help you switch between pass-through and immersive modes, which is kind of interesting considering the fact that really you can just tap the side. I'm not entirely sure why it needs an extra button. One of the other points I'd definitely like to highlight is this headset is not very heavy. This is definitely lighter than the Quest 2, and I'd say just slightly heavier than the Quest 3. So really, it's not too bad considering it has those massive chunky lenses in it, and of course it's a bigger, slightly bigger form factor. Of course, as you've probably guessed, it comes with the god-awful soft strap, but that doesn't really matter because you can just pick up a new one. Of course, you need to build that into your budget though, so that you allocate the budget. If you're spending $399 on something and you need to spend another $100, buying a head strap, probably less than that, let's be realistic, but depending on the one you're going to go for, just build that into the price. Let's talk a little bit about the experience of me actually using the headset. We got a 45-minute demo where I got the chance to jump into Batman, Just Dance, and to go into Meta Horizon to check out some new worlds. Honestly, some of those things, I don't really care about. But of course, jumping into Batman was a good experience. And of course, for me, because I've already played Batman on the Quest 3, full video on the channel, by the way, if you want to learn a little bit more about that game, I could use that as a very good comparison for me to figure out exactly how good is the screens in this thing, and of course going back to Fresnel lenses over those beautiful pancake lenses that we are used to from the Quest 3. And I'm actually pretty happy to announce that really the Fresnel lenses didn't add that much of a difference. The only difference really is the fact that your hotspot, where you're going to be able to see the cleanest image, you can't really look around quite as much as you can with a pancake lens, and that really does make a little bit of a difference, but not a huge one. So if your budget really only allows you to pay out for something like the Quest 3S, this is going to be a fantastic option for you. Apart from that, the pass-through looked just as good as it does on the Quest 3. There is a slight improvement on Quest 3, of course, because you have the better lenses that are in there, but past that, it really isn't a massively noticeable experience. So if you're going to get in there looking to do mixed reality gaming, you're going to have just as good an experience on this as you really are on the Quest 3. Of course, the way that I think you should look at this is the fact that the Quest 3S is that intermittent sort of upgrade path. If you can't afford to go for a full-on Quest 3, and that's totally fine, then I would say this is a really good option for you. Or if you're looking to just play games and enjoy yourself as you always have done with your Quest 2, this is going to be a really good upgrade path for you that isn't so expensive in the same way that it is forking out for the Quest 3, but it kind of gives you that sort of everything that you're really looking for anyway. Now you might have noticed I haven't been talking about controllers very much in this, and that's because they are identical to the Quest 3. So you're going to have the exact same functionality as what the Quest 3 ones have, and if you want to learn a little bit more about those, feel free to watch my Quest 3 review where I break them down. Other than that, honestly, you're not really going to get a massive surprise here. They have no tracking rings anymore, they have good haptics, and of course the button layout is almost identical. Ergonomically, they're very comfortable, good controllers. Of course, I'll be doing a full review on the video very soon as I get my hands on that headset in my own house, opposed to like being in a controlled environment for 45 minutes just jumping into some demos, and actually get to have an extensive look at this thing. Then at that point, that might be when you want to pull the trigger for this headset. Until then, I'd say just hold on so that I can give you my truest impressions outside of just these 45-minute sort of thing, where I can actually let you know whether this headset's going to be for you or not. Other than that, guys, make sure you like and subscribe, because I'm going to have a ton of coverage for you so that you can actually find out everything this headset has to offer, and of course everything that you're going to need to know about this headset to get going with it when you dive into it, hopefully upgrading soon. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. That's it for me. Peace out. Bye.